tonight it is time for us, because it is less than 4 hours for, at least for us living on the North American East Coast, to ring in the start of 2025. And so tonight we will be getting to enjoy this edition of Final Fantasy XIV's own take on the start of the new year. Of course, it's a take on the Chinese New Year, which is known as Heavensturn. And given that every year they introduce a new animalistic person to represent them, and because all of their representatives will also wear animalistic heads, this year, according to the Chinese New Year, is the year of the snake, with all the snakes you can handle, and thankfully Indiana Jones isn't around. So since I can't go with a snake, I might as well just go with the Chinese New Year animal that best suits Mathia. And that, of course, is the Chocobo. Obtained in 2017, and still looks as good on him as ever, so he'll be coming in wearing this helmet proudly, and we'll be taking a little run through 2025's edition of Heavensturn, as we get started tonight on a quick little New Year's double feature. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, with Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. So, let's go ahead and make our way over. It's time for us to make our way through the crowd to speak with the Final Fantasy XIV Heavensturn 2025 representative, the Heavy Bugyo. Every year we have a Bugyo who serves as the leader of these events, and this time we have a female Aura Rain with a very creepy white eyes, very befitting, I guess, of the snake hat, snake helmet that they are wearing. So let's go ahead and speak with the Heavy Bugyo to take on the 2025 Heavensturn events at level 15, entitled Heavensturn Trivia. The Heavy Bugyo wishes to test your knowledge of Heavensturn customs. My, you look ready for all manner of arduous journeys and feats of valor. An adventure, perchance? I certainly am. Pray forgive my idle speculation. I am known as the Heavy Bugyo, and along with my fellow delegates, have come to these shores that we might share our Heavensturn custom with the fine folk of Eorzea. Both our peoples mark the turning of one year to the next, but how we do so differs in a few key respects. In Eorzean tradition, the 12 choose one of their number to guide the run through the coming year. In the Far East, however, custom dictates we honor one of 12 noble beasts. This year's totem is none other than the Heavy, although the term snake might be more familiar to Eorzean ears. Where I hail from, this oft-reviled creature represents longevity and regeneration, owing to the miraculous manner in which Heavy emerges anew time and time again, after shedding its skin. Yeah, not creepy at all. That and many more may benefit from the noble beast's blessings. My fellow delegates and I have devised what we hope will be an entertaining little event. And so, I present to you the inaugural Slithery Trivia Trial. Yeah, the look of shock on my face says it all. Participants will wend their way through snake-like through the city streets and answer the questions posed by the trivia taskmasters they encounter. As we have a look around the plaza here in Limsa, which has often been the home of these Heavensturn events, I have bid my sisters, the 3 Heavy Yorkie, await their charges at certain locations throughout Limsa. As we see where they're spotted. All on the upper decks, I might add. As for you, adventurer, I urge you to seek them out and put your knowledge of Far Eastern customs to the test. And rest assured that an auspicious prize is yours for the taking should you succeed. Well, let's hope so. And hope it's still worthwhile. Consider it a means of stocking up on good fortune before your next foray out into the world. How about it? Have I piqued your interest? You certainly have. And look at that creepy smile. This little event of ours is first and foremost about promoting insight and understanding. To that end, you should find yourself stumped during the quiz. Simply say so, and my sisters will provide a helpful hint. And then, over there, yeah, we have our 2 merchants. If it is a perfect score you seek, you may also wish to speak with the Hebi Doshin and acquire the knowledge you need. The first quizmaster you shall face is the eldest of my younger sisters, the Blue Hebi Yorkie. You'll find her a short distance north of here. Pray shed your misgivings and venture forth. And let's do it. Also, hey there, it's Sonius. Welcome to the stream. Glad to have you with us here tonight. So yeah, let's do as was recommended. And speak with the Hebi Doshin to see what he has to say. Good morning to you, my lord. I am the Hebi Doshin, a member of the Far Eastern delegation, come to share our traditions of Heavensturn with the good people of Eorzea. If there is aught you would know of this year's celebration, you need only ask. Yeah. What do you do here? What is Heavensturn? Or I come seeking knowledge. Say no more. Pray listen carefully. We Far Easterners are fond of our superstitions, one of which concerns the Hebi, a creature said to bestow great fortune upon all who behold one. But Hebi are as multifarious as they are scaly, and while each species has their merits, white Hebi in particular are revered for their rarity. Does that explain why your helmets are dressed up as they are? But there is one serpent that stands, or rather slithers above the rest, and that is the fabled great white Tsuchinoko, Luck Giver Supreme. Traditionally, the people of Hingashi have used rice cakes to decorate their homes and represent the creature when praying for its blessings. Alas, in modern times, sightings of the real serpent have all but ceased. Ah. So, nothing for us to learn here, so let's go ahead and start looking for our trivia taskmasters, as was so eloquently put to us. So with the Blue Hebi Yorkie starting here at the entrance towards the Drowning Wench. Hello, young lady. The breezing ocean air, the hustle and bustle, what a marvelous place. I do hope my dear sisters and I get a chance to do some sightseeing. Well, first things first. Yeah, I still got my collection of tea to help me get through this situation while I'm still dealing with my sore throat. Oh, I keep getting caught up in the charms of this fair city. I have a question for you, slithery trivia trial contender. Let me see. Ready? As you are no doubt aware, the snake is considered a most auspicious creature in my native Hingashi. But what blessing can one hope to receive from the humble Hebi? Options are fair fortune, good health, romantic fulfillment. I could do some help, or I'll get back to you later with my answer. So, yeah, we want to try and figure out what the correct answer is. So, as far as I know, and I did test this with earlier on, but it was good health if I remember correctly. Well, I can certainly see why you'd associate snakes with physical well-being. After all, some people partake of heady concoctions bottled with vipers and such to keep them virile and strong. But alas, unlike their spirit-steeped brethren, the snakes we're speaking of are said to bestow fair fortune. By the way, there exists one scaled kin in particular known to lavish extra helpings of luck on those who encounter it, the Tsuchinoko. Where other serpents are sleek and slender, the Tsuchinoko is broad and bulbous. Alas, few have ever laid eyes upon its decidedly unsnake-like form. Anyhow, that brings my section of the quiz to an end. You'll find my younger sister, the Yellow Hebi Yoriki, by the Drowning Wench. Pay her a visit for the next round of Slithery Trial Trivia Trial. Let's see, I did mess that one up. Yeah, I did test earlier, and for some reason I thought I got it right when I said what I said. So let's head on out. It looks like Rika has made a offer to this young lady to have her take over showing Miss, our little friend, Heidelin. Yeah, her name is slipping my mind right now. We know she becomes Heidelin, but I can't remember who she is. Anyway, let's speak with the yellow heavy Yoriki. By the commie, this place is absolutely packed with people. It is enough to send you dizzy. And in the meantime... give me a moment, contender. You're aware that the snake is a symbol of luck, yes? Well, some snakes are luckier than others, and they happen to have one thing in common. The color. Any guesses to what that might be? Well, in this instance, I actually know that it's white. This I do remember, and of course, the clue is very blatantly obvious. Very good. White is the correct answer. White snakes are mystical creatures, henceforth the association with good fortune. But when it comes to rarity and mystique, there's one snake that deserves special mention. The elusive great white Tsuchinoko. In times past, people would pray to the lucky serpent in the hope of receiving its blessings. In the past 100 years or so, though, there hasn't been a single recorded sighting of the creature. Wow. Hopefully not extinct. Its existence is all but a fable these days. Anyway, you have just one question left. Head to the Bismarck to see my little sister, the red heavy Yoriki. Right it is. Let's go. So, am I coming through okay there, Insonius? Are you able to hear me alright? Am I sounding okay? Not sounding too loud? As we make our way over to number 3. Hello there, Red. Ah, what heavenly smells. I must remember to visit the Bismarck and pick up a few tasty treats for my sisters. And as for me... There you are, contender. I've been waiting for you. I hope you're ready for the last question. I assume you've heard all about how we Far Easterners used to revere the great white Tsuchinoko, yes? I'm guessing my sister also told you about how there's nearly been a sight for over a century now. A crying shame, I tell you. Still, the people of Hingashi, being the resourceful people they are, found a suitable surrogate to pay respects to during Heavensturn. Any ideas as to what they might have turned to? Well, this one has been a staple of Heavensturn for many years. Rice cakes. Rice cakes, precisely. To be honest with you, I'm surprised the Neosian would even have an inkling. Color me impressed. Well, when you've done this as many years as I have, you know what the customs are. When I say cake, you're probably thinking of something nice and light, but the rice cakes we decorate our homes with during Heavensturn in Hingashi are rock hard. We take one pebbly hard rice cake and stack it on top of another. You have to use your imagination a little, but they're supposed to look like the great white Tsuchinoko itself. Well, that brings us to the end of the Slithery Trivia trial. Thanks for taking part! So now that we made it to the end, we can't forget your prize now, can we? For your efforts, a gift born of the finest, painstaking Hingashi craftsmanship. And it'll all be yours in a matter of moments. Hold on. What? Oh, don't tell me you lost it. Lost! I could have sworn we had plenty left! Uh-oh. So what do we do? Under normal circumstances, you'd be walking away with an exquisite white Tsuchinoko ornament, positively overflowing with good fortune. But surrounded by all these enticing scents, I completely forgot to restock. My big sister's going to be livid! Poor girl. What do we do? Oh, there's something on my attention? Hey, turns out that you still have one. You do still need to restock, but there's still one here. Oh? Seems there's one was the one left after all. Phew! Sorry about all that. Anyhow, it's all yours. Oh, and it's impertinent to even ask, I know, but could I trouble you to tell my sister, the Heavy Bugio, I mean, that I've run out of prizes? I'd happily fetch more myself, but I'll stay here, just in case another trivia challenger shows up, so can I count on you? You certainly can. Much obliged. May the Kami guide you. Alright, our work here is done. Let's head on back. We'll expedite the process. And make our way back over. So let's speak with Abby Bugio and let her know we're successful. Well, by and large, I did the meatloaf special. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Am I to understand that my sister allowed prize supplies to run out and asked you to report this fact to me in her stead? Yep. Clearly my efforts at disciplining her have fallen short of the mark. I must redouble my efforts. Please accept my sincere apologies. I shall send someone along forthwith to replenish our stocks. Thank you. Oh, and meanwhile... Yeah, there's another one of the ornaments. Ah, what have we here? Did you perhaps drop your prize? I don't know, did I? No I didn't. This thing's moving. Mochi! Mochi! Yeah, it turns out the Great Serpent of... Yeah, the Great Serpent of Ranka thing now extends into Heavensturn too. Like, what? By the Kami! Our prizes may be exquisitely crafted, but they are mere ornaments. They do not possess the faculty for speech or locomotion, I can assure you. Which leads me to think, could this be the fabled Great White Tsuchinoko of yore, unseen and unheard of for generations? To think I'd live to see the day! What an wonderfully auspicious occasion this is! Yeah, who would have guessed? But I must say, it is rather passing strange that the Great White Tsuchinoko should appear in Eorzea of all places. Perhaps it's found its way on board across our delegation's vessel before we set sail? Who knows? But as the sun's going down, it's hard to lose this thing. Perhaps you'd be willing to take the creature with you on your journey? I guess I could. Seems very enthusiastic. Of course, for our delegation, the Sacred Serpent's coming is an event of great historical importance. Nevertheless, we cannot discount the notion that the Great White Tsuchinoko chose to appear before you in particular, that you might benefit from its blessings. Besides, it appears quite taken with you. It certainly does. Yeah, where do the Warriors of Light keep crossing well along with these things? Mochi! And it seems I have a penchant for rice cakes. But I do believe that we have reached a suitable arrangement. The only thing I wish we could get is one of your helmets, young lady. Before I forget, I should point out that omikuji are available to draw for the rest of Heavensturn season. It might prove to be a delightful distraction ere matters great and small call you to the road once again. Not that you need fear drawing a less than encouraging fortune. Nay, with the Great White Tsuchinoko at your side, you are sure to overcome any hardships that come slithering your way. You have my heartfelt thanks for joining in with this humble endeavor of ours. May the hallowed Hebi guide you on the path of fortune till the heavens turn once again. Yeah, look how happy it is. So we'll take our 1,140 experience points, 296 skill, plus our very own Great White Tsuchinoko. And as mentioned before, the Far Eastern Omikuji is offering his services for the remainder of the season. And we also earned the achievement, Great White Serpent of Squidge. Don't know how they got that one. But yeah, as far as Heavensturns, this is in regards to that, that's pretty much all there is to it this year. Come around, answer a few questions, and get yourself a Great White Tsuchinoko. Let's go ahead and find this in my catalog somewhere after. And I gotta remember, I have to actually add it to my collection. Then we can go ahead and bring this thing out. Gonna make sure I'm going where I need to go. So here it is. The Great White Tsuchinoko. Initially thought to be a mere ornament, the Heavy Bugyo was just as surprised as you were when this squat, snake-like creature began to move of its own accord. Revered in the Far East as a serpentine bringer of luck, it must have wriggled on board a ship bound for the shores of Limsa. Yeah, let's go ahead and bring this thing out to play. So, here's what it looks like. Of course, we've seen what it looks like already, and yeah. We've got the Great Serpent of Ronka, the Greatest Serpent of Tural, and this bouncing little treasure, the Great White Tsuchinoko. I wonder how many other ways that they will implement the Great Serpent of Ronka into Final Fantasy XIV. One can only imagine. So let's head on back over here because the supplier is over next to the Doshin. So we have Zoni and magic prisms like before, but we also have a Oriental New Year's meal, which is for tables so you can be shared with. And also a Springtide fan stand that serves as a wall mount. But of course, the great treasure this year is the Tsuchinoko itself, and I'll be taking this little guy along with me as we move on to the second part of our New Year's Eve double feature.